You should be good to go in a few moments. All right, it always takes just a couple of minutes for YouTube broadcasting to catch up with me so that I know we're good. So give us just a couple of seconds here. There we go. All right. Hi, I'm Valorie Lewis, and this is Tarot Unicorns and Coffee. Welcome to Magical Monday Manifestations. We come together on Mondays at the beginning of the week to get messages from Spirit, what we need to know going forward to help us manifest and be co-creators of our reality so that we're not just falling into our life and reacting to what's out there, which I did for the majority of my life. I much rather prefer the co-creative viewpoint or attack to life than the let me just fall in and react to what other people are doing. So we come together to get guidance, insight, to help us create our lives, to help us be magical co-creators. I'm realizing I don't have my light on. Let's do that. There we go. All right.
Let's now I have everyone. Oh, I was just going to say, for now I have everyone muted.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, we're going to start a little bit different, but we're going to start by centering our energy, and let's all come together. And we're just going to take 3 deep breaths in. But before we do that, on the in breath, I would like you to imagine that your energy is beautiful little sparkly bits just everywhere. And some of that energy, it's left in yesterday because you're still thinking about yesterday. And some of that energy is all the way out on the horizon on December 25th because you're thinking about the upcoming holiday. Your energy is all over the place. On the inhales, when we get ready to inhale, I want you to call your energy back to yourself. Imagine that you're breathing in and calling all of your energy back. And you're focusing it all on this current present moment. And then once you have all your energy back with yourself, on the exhales, because some of that energy, even though it's ours, might not be energy we want. We might have energy that's holding on to doubt or fear or worry or grief. So on the exhales, we're going to let go of any energy that's not serving us. And I just feel like we need this morning. Maybe it's because I need it. So all together, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Deep inhale, calling that energy back. And a full exhale, releasing what no longer serves us. One more inhale, pulling in the prana, the chi, all of that energy that is ours. And on the exhale, letting go of those bits that we don't need, that are no longer serving us. And then a final inhale and exhale. Inhale deeply, fully, expanding your lungs, your chest, your belly, taking in as much air, calling back as much energy as you possibly can into this present moment. And then exhaling and letting go, releasing everything that is not serving us, stagnant energy, old energy, thoughts, patterns, things that we no longer need. Completely exhale, empty your lungs, empty your belly. All right. Perfect. Hopefully we all feel centered, focused. Good. I will switch to Spotlight View here in just a moment, but I realize that I always go right into Spotlight View, and I don't get a chance to see all of the wonderful people who have joined me this morning. So welcome, everyone. Just taking a moment to send some energy and some love out to you all as I see your names and your pictures across the screen. Doing the same for anyone who might be joining us now or later on YouTube. All right, perfect. Okay, so the way these events run, if you are new to these events, we first go with Tarot. I pull cards from Tarot, and then we switch over to Oracle cards. It's always a mix from the Oracle cards. The Oracle decks I pull from, I let Spirit tell me which decks to use, which energies this group might need. And I do pull from the group, from the collective. And that collective knows not space or time. So even if you're watching this on YouTube years later, months later, weeks later, later on today, these messages are still meant for you because Spirit gets its message in when and where it can. So along those lines, in addition to just reading the tarot cards and the oracle cards. Anytime a message comes through from spirit for this group, of course I share it. So these will definitely I will let spirit weave its messages in where it needs. So with that being said, let me go ahead and do it like this so you can see the cards I'm pulling. And the deck that we are going from, before I move into it, go ahead and gently put out to the universe what you are wishing to receive from today's reading. Insight, guidance, general, whatever it is, wherever you are in your path. As I shuffle the cards, I'm going to get a feel for that. Then we're going to switch to the receiving mode, allowing ourselves to be open heart, clear spirit, clear mind, receiving the messages that we need and the guidance that we need from spirit. All right, ready to go. Are y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's get the tarot cards. What I was going to say is the tarot deck that I'm pulling from today is Brit's Third Eye Tarot. I don't remember if this is the same deck I pulled from last week or not.
It is not.
Okay, thank you. All right, we've got our 5 cards right off the bat. That was quick and easy. You know, when I pull the cards quick and easy, the information that I got from Spirit, when I just asked Spirit, why was that so easy for me to pull the cards? Spirit said, because y'all know the answers already and you're just looking for confirmation and validation. I don't have to search too far. The answers are within you. And the messages that come through today are just going to be some perspectives that maybe you hadn't thought of. The answers are within you, but this is going to help you shine some light on those answers. All right, so we start off, first of all, with the Knight of Swords. Knights are the actionaries asking us to move into action. Action on what, though? Swords. Swords is the suit that is related to air, also related to our thought processes and our communication. Ooh, somebody's throat chakra is blocked. And our throat chakras tend to get blocked around I tend to notice the collective energy of the throat chakra starting to be blocked or not being fully open around major holidays. And I attribute that to because we are going into situations with friends, family, loved ones, co-workers. We're going into these big situations and these big gatherings. And sometimes we don't always speak our truth, and sometimes we don't always speak our truth. Sometimes we don't always speak up for ourselves in those situations. So even if you are someone who is currently always working on their throat chakra and they feel like I can say what I need to say when I need to say it, but man, it's been difficult these past couple of times. First of all, it might just be the collective energy that you're sensing. Second of all, we got Mercury retrograde. And although I hate to blame it on the wonderful planets up above, I do know that those planets up above give us periods so that we can work on ourselves. And so Mercury retrograde is not a thorn in your side. It's not the energy that it's portrayed in the media is, look out for Mercury retrograde. It's going to mess up your communications and your technology. I don't see it that way. I tried to always see Mercury retrograde is coming to give us a pause. It's coming to give us a brief moment to reflect, to sit down and look at ourselves and ask ourselves what's going on with ourselves. And so if your technology shuts down, maybe that's Mercury retrograde saying, get off your phone and look in the mirror. Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't have to be something that is oppressing you or attacking you. It's something that's giving you a beautiful gift. So I'm saying that to say when we have this Knight of Swords, it's saying move, take some kind of action, make a decision. Swords are about making decisions too, clear and concise decisions. In the Knight of Swords card, clouds are often represented, and clouds represent just that, clouds, something that is lacking clarity. And you can pick up your sword and cut through those clouds and cut through so that you can get to the clarity that you're seeking. So maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to do some exercises that are going to lead you towards more clarity. Maybe you need to open your throat chakra and speak the things you need to speak. If it's not safe for you to speak, you can always journal about it. That's still getting it out. But it is asking you to take some action, not just up here in your thinking brain, because that's where we've been. It's asking you to take an action in the real world, an action that's either going to communicate, open your throat chakra, or an action that's going to clear your thoughts, give you more clarity. So think about what that might mean for you. And I'm sure if you're like, I don't know what action I'm supposed to take, Spirit's going to get you there before we're done with this reading. I can assure you of that. So remember when I said it might be that we need to look at ourselves, and this is just a chance for us to slow down, look at ourselves, assess ourselves. Look at this little pretty girl looking in the mirror, looking at herself. The devil card. What a beautiful depiction for the devil card. And I love cards, I love decks that don't represent the devil as something that you need to be afraid of. The devil card is literally looking into the mirror, looking at yourself, looking at probably, maybe, perhaps those pieces that you don't always like to look at, looking at what causes your triggers. Oh, this is just coming to me straight from spirit. When I think about the devil um, as a tarot card, I think about that back when I used to watch Tom and Jerry, and he used to have the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder, and the devil was always telling him to do something he shouldn't be doing. Um, that's what this card reminds me of, because you do have that balance, but we often completely shut off that voice that we consider the devil voice, the one that's saying, eat the extra slice of pie, or tell that lady what you really think. That voice, we often shut it off completely. And when this devil card comes up, this devil card is coming up to say, listen to the voice. It didn't say take action, it said listen. And we're listening because we're looking in the mirror and we're seeing, where does that voice come from? Where does that voice come from? What is it asking us to do? What is really behind this? This devil voice, or this devil on our shoulder, so to speak. Oftentimes it's asking us or tempting us. You cannot be tempted if that energy does not reside within you. You cannot be tempted if that energy does not reside within you. If you have an extreme allergic reaction and you abhor the taste of chocolate and chocolate cake, and the devil comes to you with a piece of chocolate cake, will you be tempted? Absolutely not. You cannot be tempted unless that energy resides within you. So this is asking you to look at those things that are tempting you, look at those triggers that set you off, and ask yourself, where does that come from? Is it something I want to keep carrying on with me? Or is it something that maybe I can figure out a different way or a different approach to it? And sometimes the devil card comes up when y'all are not having enough fun with your life, when you literally are not listening to any of the temptations. Temptations are not bad. Overindulgence is bad. Indulgence is not bad. So sometimes the devil card comes up to say, you need to have a little bit of fun. You need to expand a little bit. You are denying yourself desires and pleasures, and those desires and pleasures can lead you more swiftly to the things that you really want in life. So take a look at your triggers, take a look at your temptations, and take a look at, have you been denying yourself pleasures and desires for too long? Is there a way that you can indulge without overindulging? The devil card carries some heavy messages, but that's what I'm getting for this group for today. And then we have, hold on, let me see. Okay, somebody putting some they got some clarity over in the chat. Awesome, about what they might need to do, their next step. I love that. Next card is the Page of Cups. Pages represent new beginnings. This card in particular, I read a little bit different than how I would read Page of Cups from a normal deck, just because of how it's illustrated here. You have these beautiful flowers. She's painting this cup. She's very much letting herself be led by inspiration, which I would think would be more of a Page of Wands card when you're talking about inspiration and creativity. But this comes up on the cup card. And the cups is all about emotions and also about intuition. And as I see her taking this paintbrush and painting and deciding what goes on her cup, that's you deciding what emotions you're going to allow into your life. So it's a page usually represents new, fresh beginnings and fresh starts. But here I almost see this page as maybe it's the beginning of her journey into emotional intelligence, but she definitely has a quantity of emotional intelligence, because she is already deciding, how do I want to paint my emotions? How do I want to paint my cup? So maybe it's the beginning of you getting a new understanding or a new hold on your emotions, or where did that emotion come from? I always feel this way about this type of thing, and now I'm finally getting some clarity about why I always feel this way about this type of thing. Or it could be intuition as well. You fully stepping into your intuition and knowing how you want your intuition to look for you. But it is the beginning of you deciding to pick up the paintbrush and decide, how does my emotional cup look? Is it ragged? Is it sharp edges? Is it beautiful with blue and stars on it? How does my emotional cup look? Is it welcoming? Is it full? Is it empty? What does my emotional cup look like? And think about that. Think about how you want your emotions to feel today for this week, and see if you can hold the paintbrush and dictate, this is how I'm going to feel. This is how I'm going to intuit things in my life. Interesting. So towards the end of the week, we have 7 of swords. I had to look at her for a minute. 7. Yep, 7 of swords. She looks like she's running away from something. Look at how all those swords are different though. So she just got a lot of stress going on in her life. No two swords are the same. And swords, again, our thought processes. What are you thinking? What are you conjuring up in your brain that make you feel as if you were trapped, make you feel as if you were attacked, make you feel as if, yo, I'm done with this. Get me out of here as quick as possible. If you can turn back and realize that it's all in your mind, that it's all a creation, and realize some of the things are things that you need to walk away from, but nothing is attacking you. Nothing is something that you have to run away from. In fact, I bet if she stopped running, stood her ground, slowly turned around with fierce determination in her eyes, I bet all of those swords would just drop to the floor and she would have control over her thoughts once more. And she would be able to decide, which sword do I need, or do I need any of these swords? But when we're in that fight or flight, fear, run away, run away, run away, we can't think clearly. We also cannot make rational decisions. So if this is where you find yourself overwhelmed, feeling as if the world is crushing down on you, feeling as if you're being attacked, take back your personal power. This is directly from Spirit. This is not Valorie and this is not Tarot. Spirit said, if you feel you are in this position where you feel under attack, where you feel under too much stress, when you feel as if the world is just doing too much, it's just doing the most right now, doing too much, and I'm ready to run away. I don't know, maybe to Mars or some other planet. If you feel like you're ready to run away, Spirit to you, message to you this week, today, take back your personal power. Take back your personal power. Take back your personal power. You have the power to make all of those swords go away. You created them, you conjured them. Some of them were conjured from a place of you actually needed those thoughts to benefit you, but at some point those thoughts played out and you don't need them anymore, and now they're still there. Take back your power. You decide. You decide what thoughts come with you. You decide how your life gets to go. And then we end the week after I just said, take back your power. You get to decide. Then we end the week with the Tower. Oh, the Tower card. I do appreciate the Tower card, but I will say, when you are in this, when this is you, it's very hard to see the purpose or the benefit or the bright side of the Tower card, but it's there. And this card is coming to remind you, if you feel like you are in this situation, this message coming from Valorie, from Spirit today, is to tell you all is not lost. There is light. You got to look for it, but there is light. Tower moments happen. Towers are considered in the Tarot to be an unexpected moment. I have my own opinions about unexpected. Unexpected from the human brain, but as far as energy is concerned, Spirit is like, I saw that coming a mile away, because your energy was pulling that to you, because your energy was saying, bring this to me. So the Tower moments, unexpected from our human mindset, not unexpected from Spirit's mindset. They have a tendency to knock us on our ass. And then we have to determine, what are we going to do to rebuild? Are we going to rebuild? What pieces are worth salvaging? What pieces are gone, are goners? This Tower moment is a beautiful moment to truly let go of everything that is not serving you. If you find yourself in a Tower moment, It's kind of like if you find yourself, let me think of a good example. I don't know. If you find yourself in a moment where, let's just say, if you find yourself in a moment where one thing, one area of your life has fallen away, this is a good chance to, while you are dealing with the rubble, just go ahead and throw everything on the fire. What does it, if your career just went up in flames and you're sitting there looking at the flyer going, fire going, I don't know what to do next. Everything is shit. I'm having a real tower moment with my career right now. Maybe this is a chance to just get rid of everything that's not serving you. Since that fire is already burning, let me throw over the things from my relationship that are not serving me. Let me throw in some things about my self-worth that are not serving me. Let me just throw everything into the fire that's not serving me. So take this tower moment as an opportunity to truly get rid of things that are not serving you. See it as a glorious moment to unburden your spirit, to lighten your soul, and to release those things that are not serving you, so that when you come out of this tower moment, you've done a really good job of clearing out what doesn't serve you. And you're not doing it piece by piece. Now, I will say, make sure you're safe, make sure you are mentally stable. This is for those tower moments that hit us like, oof, but I got this. If you're in a tower moment where you feel like you don't got this, please seek professional help. Please reach out to friends, family, somebody who can help you through this tower moment. But for most of us, tower moments come, they knock us on our ass, and we're like, okay, now what do I got to do? I got to get back up. But take a moment to sit there and ask yourself, what else can I let go of? Since I'm already here in this tower moment, what else can I safely let go of that feels good for me to let go of? So maybe the tower moment for you is just a moment for you to additionally throw some things on the fire that weren't serving you anyway. Again, tower moments can be a flat tire. Tower moments can be an unexpected death in the family. A flat tire, dealing with the flat tire is a whole lot different than dealing with the unexpected death in the family. So if you need help with those, if you need help, please seek professional help. Please seek the help you need, because everybody's tower moments are different. And just because I'm saying throw it all on the fire and get rid of it, that might not be you. That might be some of us, but that might not be you. So know where you are. Go back to the devil card. Look in the mirror. Know where you are and act accordingly. So that's what we have for the tarot. How's everybody doing out here? When I go to big spotlight view, I cannot see everybody on my screen. So I hope y'all all are still with me. I'm seeing hearts. Great. I hope these messages are resonating with you. Awesome. I just want to take a minute to see who's all here. I don't often get a chance to scroll through and see everybody. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you all. Okay, let's see. We're going to move on to Oracle cards. What questions do y'all have? Y'all know next week, next week is Christmas on a Monday. We're doing Magical Monday manifestations. It will be an hour and a half, 90 minutes. Hope you can stay with us for the full length of the reading. I hope to do some special things for Christmas, spend a little extra time with you. There might be some giveaways. We'll see. We'll see what I come up with. But I hope you can join me back here on Christmas Day for Magical Monday manifestations. And also don't forget New Year's Eve. Free readings on New Year's Eve. Most of you that are here in this group, I believe, are signed up for that. It's an excellent way to go into the new year. We review the Tarot card of the year for 2024, which is has always helped me to kind of see an overall, as far as Tarot is concerned, see an overall view of the Tarot. It's like choosing a word of the year. It's kind of like that. What's the energy? What's the vibe for this year going to be? So we review that. We will also review how you can find your own personal Tarot card of the year, which is different than the overall Tarot card of the year. It's based on your birth date. And then we go into one card readings for everyone, just giving you speed read style, a reading, a blessing going into the new year. So I hope you join us for that. That happens when? On New Year's Eve, which is a Sunday. Okay, Believe in Your Own Magic, Oracle deck. Card number 40, Morning. The world awaits you. Look at her morning though. Look out her window. She's a mermaid. Look at all the fish and the little dolphin on her music box on her nightstand. Morning. Let's see what this extended message is for this card. You've been alive, sure. You've been waking up, doing what you need to get through your day, going back to sleep, repeat. Have you been living? Truly living. I think you need to hear this now more than ever. Your life is incredibly precious. Out there, the world awaits you. Now is the time to make good moments and learn to treasure them as they come. That's a beautiful message. Have you been truly living, or have you just been doing shit on repeat? Oh, I hope you're not in that rut of doing shit on repeat, but if you are, here is your wake up call. It is time to wake up and start really enjoying life, because what else are you going to do? I mean, you don't want to wake up when you're 87 and be like, I think I'll enjoy life now. And Spirit's like, too bad, end of life for you. Do it now. Do it while you still got the energy. While you can. Enjoy what you can while you can. This next deck I'm going to is the Cosmic Journey Oracle. And this is card number 28. Thus one journeys to the stars. Thus one journeys to the stars, which is Sitatar Id Astra. I can't read that writing. I don't know if it's Odd or Id Astra, which is Latin. I learned Latin in the 8th grade. I had to take a full year of Latin, because Latin back then was same as the etymology. I think I'm saying that right. The etymology classes they have now. Once you learn Latin, you have the basis for learning all other languages. I don't know why I shared that with you, because I feel like it. Sic atur ad astra is what it is. I couldn't make it out by the stylized writing there. But here in the book, it's sic atur ad astra. It's the Latin phrase meaning, thus one journeys to the stars. What got you here is not the same thing as what you'll need to evolve into a pure light body, merging back into source. As you've climbed up the mountain of your mission here, you continue chipping away at the good, or even the really good, to uncover your truest expression of divine destiny. That means authenticity, y'all. Your true, who are you truly? Your truest expression of self. Are you serving the collective in your own unique way, a way that also fully serves you? Because it's no good if you're out here serving the collective and slaving away and it's not serving you. That just depletes you, and it's not a good balance. So make sure that however you choose to serve others also fully energizes and serves yourself. The time has come for you to put your full heart, soul, and spirit behind your work. Your greatest purpose is filled with joy, happiness, and love expressed through your contributions to the universe. Here's a question you can ask yourself. How can I put my full heart, soul, and spirit into my greatest work? What would this change? And what would remain the same? Cosmic checkbox, which is like an activity you can do. Schedule one conversation with a good enough relationship in your life to share what is now acceptable and not acceptable anymore to you. Oh, that takes me back to that Knight of Swords. That Knight of Swords, we first said the Knight of Swords, opening up that throat chakra. For some of you, it's opening up the throat chakra. If you feel like this message is for you, I'm going to read this one more again. Schedule one, Spirit says take it in bite-sized pieces. Schedule one conversation with a good enough relationship. That's important. Good enough is in quotes. With a good enough relationship in your life to share what is now acceptable and not acceptable anymore to you. What does that sound like? That sounds like somebody needs to set some boundaries. And boundaries are not about telling the other person what they should or shouldn't be doing in relation to you. Boundaries are always about saying, this is what I find acceptable to me. And this is how I choose to walk my life. And if you're going to come to my party, great. And if not, great. I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. but you're going to do what you need to do over there. That's what's going to happen. So boundaries, always about you setting your standards, never about you trying to control others and giving them prerequisites or a checklist on how they need to act if they need to be in your life. Let people act the way they want to act. They will weed themselves out. And maybe that's your tower moment. Maybe you have that conversation and somebody that you thought was going to act right decides not to act right. And now they're not in your life no more. And maybe they were really important. That could be a tower moment too. Somebody said, I just did that yesterday. Well, look at spirit saying you did the right thing. If y'all are already having these conversations, already doing these things, this is spirit's confirmation, validation coming in saying, yes, ma'am, that's exactly what you needed to do. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, so the sacred self-care, speaking of what we need to do to set our own boundaries and get ourselves set up for success, the sacred self-care oracle. And we got another one talking about stars. The other one was, what was it? Thus one journeys to the star. And this one says, look to the stars. What's up? I must have a room full of star seeds today. What's going on with all of the star talk? 31, look to the stars. And this is self-care. So this is for everyone who's looking for, how can I take care of myself this week? Message from spirit. The mantra for this card is, the stars reflect my magic. I just want to hold that up. That's a beautiful image. As above, so below. This ancient aphorism represents how our human experiences reflect the movements of the stars in the universe. And isn't that interesting how I just said, let's not blame Mercury, but Mercury do be doing some things. All right. Where did I go? This ancient aphorism represents how our human experience reflects the movements of the stars and the universe. Just as our ancestors did, we can look to the heavens for insight into our shared experience as people on this planet. Astrology is a powerful tool for recognizing patterns impacting the collective consciousness, which we can often see play out among our friends, family, lovers, community, and our own life. Deepen your understanding of yourself and the astrological patterns through self-study or by working with a professional astrologer. As you tune into the different astrological seasons, you can gain great insight into what energies are working in your favor. This practice will allow you to flow with the energies instead of feeling like you are swimming in opposition to the currents of life. A journal prompt: how can you best work with the current astrological season? Maybe you're just going to ask yourself, how can I best work with this current Mercury retrograde? But there's some other things going on too. Mercury retrograde has most of our attention. If you're unsure what it is, take a moment to look it up and read what it's all about. So that's what I have for you there. Look to the stars. I will say, if you are a tarot reader, of course you can get decks that have astrological, which I might just pull from that deck. Decks that have astrological meanings, if you need a little bit of guidance, like what do I need to know? And then you pull a card. You can do that. Or this is the deck I'm looking for. Or if you're a tarot reader, here's where I was going before my brain took a left turn. If you're a tarot reader, know that when you pull those tarot cards also have astrological correspondences. And that has helped me a lot on my journey, like pulling the moon card and knowing that I need to look into the moon energies or something like that. I haven't pulled from this deck in forever. All 78 cards have some kind of astrological correspondence. So maybe you're not drawn to looking up charts and all of that, but if you are a tarot reader, you can definitely ask, what do I need to know about astrological events? Pull a card and then go Google what is the astrological correspondence to this card that I pulled. So just a little tip. I didn't get really, really into astrology until I got really, really into tarot. I had other people doing my astrology. But once I really got into tarot and I realized the astrological correspondences, I was like, oh, well, this isn't that hard. So it was a way to help me learn astrology. The next deck, since we got two cards saying look to the stars, the next deck I'm going to go to is Star Code Astra. Let's look to the stars. Let's see what we need to know. Scorpio is the card we pulled, card number 8, and it says investigate. Investigate. Scorpios do not like surface conversations. Scorpios like to get to the bottom of it, figure out what makes you tick. Let's see what messages we can glean from this card. I'm just going to read the first part. So this is the whole thing. So I'm not going to read all of it, but I will read the first part to give you a little bit of clue of what Scorpio energy is and why it might have come up in our reading today. Scorpio asks you to dive down and reach into the wellspring of your soul. I love that. Scorpio symbols are the eagle and the scorpion. Interesting. As this sign invokes both the soaring heights of the eagle's perspective and the scorpion's ability to burrow under the rocks of the psyche or culture. I love that. Okay, so the message: drop assumptions and ask questions. Ooh. Drop assumptions and ask questions. Be fascinated by a mystery. Dive deep into the well rather than settle for the surface. Look under rocks and be curious, as this situation is going to require some research. Take nothing at face value. Probe the conscious and unconscious passions that motivate this situation. That reminds me of the devil card, looking into the mirror, asking what's really going on here. Be aware of the sexual dynamics in the room and what role they play. Look at worst case scenarios so that you can prepare and then feel safe enough to search for the best case scenario. Now, did you hear what it said? Because some of us have the tendency to look at to conjure up the worst case scenario in our brain and then conjure up if this happens, I'll do this, and so I'll be okay. And we just leave it there. Common. This says, look at worst case scenarios so that you can prepare and then feel safe enough to search for the best case scenario. After you have told your brain, prepare for the worst, please follow up and tell your brain, and let's also prepare for the best. What is the best thing that can happen to me? Be ready to transform and transmute the situation, distill the essence, and concentrate. It says, play your cards close to the chest. It's time to gather information, get the facts, work with that material, and introspect. Look at yourself. Listen to both the facts and your own intuition rather than to other people's opinions. Share only when you are ready. Appreciate moments alone. If you learn to be comfortable alone, you will have more bargaining power in relationships. Within the depths of your soul is your connection to the infinite. Search for it. Oh, I love that. Within the depths of your soul is the connection to the infinite. Remember when I was shuffling the cards and I said, I feel like these cards came up so easily because Spirit said we have all the answers we need and we just need to look within ourselves. Spirit said, look within ourselves. All right. What else is coming up for you? What other questions do y'all still have? Put them out to the universe. Let's get everything at least touched upon, at least pointed in the right direction today, Spirit. Thank you. Please guide us and give us additional information. This next deck that I'm pulling from is Beyond Lemuria. Which card is it? Getting a couple of different cards, so let me reshuffle. Beyond Lemuria. Still staying with that star theme. Realm Bridger. Card number 41. We'll just hold that image up there for just a moment because there's a lot going on. Looks like some sacred geometry, some stars, a butterfly representing transformation, pearls, spheres, all kind of beauty-mous things. Okay, let's see what the meaning is. 41. The keywords are visionaries, architects of the future, information from other realms. Ooh, maybe that last card that said inspect and look for information, that Scorpio card, Maybe we need to expand our realm, expand our understanding of where that information can come from. Maybe it's not just coming from our human counterpoints in this world. Maybe we can expand and allow other information to come in. So information from other realms, bridging the seen with the unseen, inspiration, seeding a new earth, transversing different states of consciousness, birthing ideas from subtle reality, and journeying. Birthing ideas from subtle reality, that stood out for me too, and journeying. Okay, so those were just the keywords. Here's the message. Have you ever felt that there was more than meets the eye in the perception that we call reality? That there is more going on behind the scenes? Do you ever glimpse beyond your physical senses and wonder if what we perceive is just the tip of the iceberg? Do you ever get visions or insights just as you are falling off to sleep? Do you dream in colors that are more vibrant than you have experienced in waking life? As you raise your vibration and explore different states of consciousness, you may experience phenomenon you may have believed only happens in fantasy stories. Through meditation and journeying, we invite a greater awareness of the subtle realities. These realms can be amazing places to bring through pioneering ideas, creativity, and to explore the edges of the universe. This card is about bridging the seen and the unseen. Intuitive painting is my method of connection. That's the author speaking. But the ability to crystallize the normal intangible can manifest in other ways. Anchoring the collective dreaming for a new future is not as out of reach as we may think. Just as water changes from solid to gas to liquid, we can catch the intangible in other forms. Metaphors, codes, or even maths can form the path for the visionary. Oh, I like that. It goes on to say some more that I will skip over, and we'll get to the divinatory meaning of this card. You are the pioneer of your life. The way forward may be in your dreams or visions. You might find it useful to do automatic writing or intuitive drawing to capture some of the more lucid information. Be creative and don't take on the opinions of others. It's time to think and do things a whole other way. After all, as the saying goes, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So maybe it's time to do things differently. I love it. Somebody put over in the chat that they just recently discovered or might be discovering that they might have starseed origins or be a starseed, and they are wondering if they have more than one origin, more than one place of origin. I will say in my experience, and this is only in my experience, we all have more than one place of origin. Unless you have the understanding that you are a brand new fresh soul, and that like this is maybe only 1, 2, 3 times that you've incarnated, then I would say it would be kind of easy to say, no, I come from this one place. But that's just because you're a new soul and you haven't incarnated that many times. I don't think that there's that many new souls coming in, just my opinion. So I think most of us have had lifetimes in many different realms, dimensions, concurrently, at the same time. That's just my opinion. But you let your intuition, because what did it just say? Let your intuition guide you and don't be swayed by the opinions of others. So I offer my opinion as just this is what's possible, but I strongly encourage you to follow your own intuition as you try to discover your starseed origin. Okay, the next deck I'm going to is Super Attractor by Gabrielle Bernstein. It does not have a book. It just has cards. They're more like affirmation cards, but I love this. Each time, I can't read backwards, y'all. Each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. Each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. Whoo, I love that. We ain't got no basic guidance showing up for us. We ain't no mediocre. Guidance of the highest truth. Have y'all been feeling called to be more authentic? That word has been a buzzword for many moons. in the circles that I've been running in, being more authentic. However, I just feel it's becoming more important than ever to be our authentic selves. I'll say that. All right, the next deck I'm pulling from is Message from the Mermaids. What do the mermaids have to say? Oh. And I pulled the truth card after I just did that little spiel about what's going on. Why am I feeling like I need to talk about authenticity? Truth. Truth. Let's see what this deck says about truth. One moment, we're getting there. Admit the truth to yourself. Accepting the truth can set you free and be a joyful experience, and avoiding the truth isn't beneficial. Those are the key phrases. This, let me hold it up because it's talking about how she's looking at you. This mermaid looks at you with the eyes of truth and asks you to consider honestly any area of your life that worries you. We know the truth can hurt. We also know that the truth can set us free. When you ask to find out the truth of a situation, it will reveal itself at the perfect time. Are you being totally honest? Maybe you think you're protecting someone by withholding the truth. This is rarely the right thing to do. In most circumstances, it's better to reveal the truth in a loving way so that those involved can work through things together. It's important to acknowledge free will and to give others the opportunity to make their own choices based on their truth. This is also freeing on a karmic level. This card also says there could be a secret waiting to be brought to light. Trust your intuition and any hunches you have at this time. Do y'all hear a recurring theme? Intuition, intuition, intuition. Trust your intuition. Remember, there are always two or more sides to any story, so it's wise to consider that the truth resides somewhere in the middle. And I will add that the truth resides within you. You only have access to your own truth, and other people only have access to their own truth. And it's our job to bumble around and bump into enough people that we can find people who have similar truths to ours, but no two truths are alike. I feel like our truths and our beliefs are as individual as our fingerprints. No two are alike, but many are similar. And we're just trying to find people with similar beliefs and similar truths. But just understanding on a basic level that your truth is individual and specific only to you is going to help you a lot when you go out into this world and try to stand on the corner with your megaphone and try to get everybody to believe your truth. No, your truth is your truth. Your truth is your truth. It's not your job to try to make anybody else believe it. It's your job to define people who are already believing something that's similar. When you live your life in truth, you never need to recall what you've said or what you've done previously because you walk the path of honesty. This card appears in a reading to highlight an area of life where a truth will soon reveal itself. Pay close attention to the surrounding cards for extra insight. Well, the surrounding cards were all of the cards that we've pulled thus far. So truth, more specifically, your individual truth, and how is that playing out in your life? And are you living in accord with your own truth? That's a question for you. Are you living in accord with your own truth? Stop worrying about if other people are measuring up to your truths and agreeing with your truths. Are you living in accord with your truth? Angel Numbers book, angel number 508. Best self. Do what you love. The opportunity to be your best self come in doing what you love to do. You are being guided to pick up passion projects and creative pursuits that interest you. Create a plan to jump into something you love. Let me tell you, that's challenging for us creative souls out here. And let me tell you why, because this morning I woke up and I said, I'm going to wake up early and I'm going to work on my websites because my websites need to be worked on. And I looked at my websites for about 5 minutes and I said, I think I'm going to do essential oil blends instead. Completely unrelated. And so I sat down and did some essential oil blends. And don't you know, I feel good about my day. I feel like I started on the right foot because I didn't force myself to do something, I instead followed the message from that card. Do what you love. Allow yourself to be led by passion and what feels right in the moment. Within reason, y'all. I'm not saying everybody needs to walk out from their job right now and color or paint. Within reason, do what you love. Okay. What else? We got about 8 minutes left. I want to make sure, is everybody feeling okay? Everybody doing okay? You feel like you're getting the messages you came to get? Awesome. Let's see, what can we wrap up with? Let's put a little. What can we wrap up with? I do want to say before we close, while I still have your attention, I am working on courses for the new year. Yes, Valorie is getting back into teaching like full courses, like 8-week, 12-week, 10-week courses. So I hope you all stay in the loop, watch for those announcements. They will definitely be in my newsletter. If you are not signed up for my newsletter yet, which comes out every Monday, look for it later on this afternoon because I haven't done it yet. Please sign up for my newsletter so that you can stay in the know about what is coming up. And I'm about to drop that link in the chat so you can sign up. There we go. So I've got an advanced tarot mastery course coming up, which I'm super excited. It's where we dig deep into all of the tarot cards. I also have a tarot basic course. If y'all saw that, I was unable to hold that course this weekend. It will be rescheduled. So I have a basic course, which is just an overview. It's just an overview. If you're a beginner and you just want to know what tarot is all about, come to the basic course. If you're a beginner and you know what tarot is all about and you want to learn a little bit more, but you're still beginner level, see my friend Ari. She's doing 4-week courses in the beginner level. And then if you feel like you got a good understanding and you want to move on and really get into what is the astrological correspondence for this card? What does that little red flower on that card mean? Symbolism and the interpretations and how to read in a spread. That's the advanced mastery course that I'll be teaching in 2024. I'll also be doing Queen Energy again in 2024. I'll also be doing a psychic development in 2024. Let me talk about that for just a minute, I promise, and then I'll stop promoting. But psychic development, as taught by me, is a little bit different. We're going to have a course, a meeting a month, and each meeting will be an hour. So we'll have one meeting in January, one in February, and one in March. An hour, and this is just to give you a good overall comprehensive come in. How do you ground yourself? How do you set yourself up for success? And then we'll have some actual exercises that we go through as a group. It's not a situation where you'll be able to come in and like do sample readings. That's not necessarily what we'll do in those short 1-hour things. We will be doing on exercises that you can take to practice, to hone your psychic abilities, to hone your skills. So we're doing those. Those are like $11 for each class. So $11 for January, February, and 11 in February, and 11 in March. And then after we get through those basic setups, I will be teaching a full multi-week psychic development course where we will get into it's going to be more of a psychic coaching where I'm coaching you. So it will be a limited number that can come in. But we go over all the basics of psychic development, work on exercises, you get coached one-on-one. If you have blocks around certain things, we'll work on removing those blocks and opening you up to your psychic abilities. That also is coming in 2024. Okay, enough talking about that. If you're interested in any of those things I just threw out, sign up for the newsletter. I will definitely keep you abreast of when they are coming out and what to be on the lookout for in my newsletters that go out. Inner Fucking Peace is the deck I'm going to pull from now. I haven't pulled from this one for a while. Seeking Cosmic Consciousness. This is not a deck with a book. It's just cards, affirmation cards. And the other side says, just kidding, but seriously though. Seeking Psychic Consciousness. I'm sorry, Seeking Cosmic Consciousness. Just kidding, but seriously though. I don't really know how to feel about that card. I feel like it's kind of the back and forth we might all go through when we're like, oh, I think I want to be an enlightened being. And yeah, let me do this thing. And then we get in and we're like, whoa, nope, take me back to where I didn't know nothing because this is too much. It's that. Just kidding. But no, seriously, where you just keep kind of going back and forth along your path. Okay, let us see. Let's see what else. What else from this deck? You be you. I love that. Practice radical acceptance, radical self-acceptance. What does radical self-acceptance mean to you? That is what spirit would like you to work on today. So that's from, whoop, almost dropped a card. Which card wanted to jump out? Dance in the storm. Fuck yeah. Dance in the storm. If you're going through some kind of a storm, put your rain boots on and do a little jig. All right. We got time for one more irreverent card. And of course, I'm going to the Rebel deck, Unicorns with an Attitude. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh, here's what we need to know. Go with the flow. Don't fucking force it. Allow that shit to come to you. And another one, you do you, because it was right there on top and it sounded like almost the same message we pulled from the other deck. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. You do you. All right, so that's what I have for you all today. Thank you for coming, for joining, for playing along. I hope these messages truly served you and gave you some insight, some clarification, maybe just a nod that you are pointing in the right direction and doing the right things. Definitely sit with spirit, sit with source, ask spirit, source, God, whatever you call that entity. If there's anything else you need to know about today's messages. And thank you so much for coming. And I hope to see you back next week on Christmas Day. Have a wonderful week. And remember, co-create your reality. You get to create, you get to choose. All right. Bye, everyone.